Is Nvidia GeForce Now in trouble? Well, in this video we're going to discuss the latest news coming in from Nvidia from their GeForce Thursdays and a couple of reasons why I think they could be in some hot water in the very near future. Now, first up, let's get on with some of the great new features that are coming for GeForce Now. And there are quite a few of those coming, and Nvidia seem very excited about what's on the horizon. And the first one is they're going to be doing some tinkering to make the game streaming experience much smoother. And the first one is by using adaptive Vsync. And basically what this means is that on the machine that is streaming the game through to a device, it's going to use the adaptive Vsync to make sure that that streaming experience is matched up with the display it is streaming to, rather than having to handle everything else elsewhere. So it should just cut out some of those little issues where you get stuttering or some lag. They also talked briefly about a new de-jitter technology that they've got coming, which will help, again, smooth out that game streaming experience. So that should be exciting to see and hopefully remove some of that annoying stutter that we sometimes see. Other news regarding performance is that in the most overburdened servers, they're going to be bringing more capacity, which means more players will be able to go on at the same time. It helped cut out on queue times as well. And overall, it will just help to increase performance and remove some of the burden that's been straining the service, which is one of the reasons why you weren't able to subscribe to the $5 a month package recently, because they just ran out of capacity. They're also getting out to more markets than ever, so they are launching in Turkey, and they've now got partners coming in Saudi Arabia and obviously in Australia as well. So they've got quite an aggressive rollout program around the world, and they're now calling these their NVIDIA Partners, which will allow them to basically partner up with different server providers to be able to build their infrastructure elsewhere to offer GeForce Now in multiple locations. So pretty exciting time, and we always get it all the time. Different questions about when it's going to be coming to people's different regions and when it's going to be coming to different countries, and hopefully this gives you a better idea that this is starting to roll out worldwide and should be available very soon. Nvidia also had quite a bit to say about games, which is pretty obvious since this is a cloud gaming service, and the most important one is that they've averaged about 10 new games getting added to the service every single week, and they've now got a new priority pipeline which is aimed at increasing this by about 50%. So going forward we should be seeing about 15 new titles being added once a week, and hopefully that means we start to see some of those major titles that people have been missing returning back to the service. So fingers crossed for that we don't see games just disappearing and we see more games appearing every single week, and it just gets a little bit more exciting. Now, the big news came in the terms of pricing. So, if you are a UK player, your prices have gone up to $8.99 per month, and if you're in the US, it's gone up to $9.99 per month. So, a pretty astronomical price jump there. Previously, it was £5 or $5 per month, so that's a relatively large jump. Now, if you're already on the Founders Edition, you will be locked into a lifetime price guarantee, which means if you continue paying your monthly subscription and there's no break in your service, you will stick at that $5 per month. Now, the new entry-level price point of $8.99 or $9.99 per month gets the same benefits that you previously got on the old Founders Edition. So, if you are into the service, it's definitely worthwhile making sure you keep your subscription live, because otherwise you will be moved up to the higher price point if you quit and then return later down the line. You can also subscribe for a year as well and make some savings there, but it is interesting that this price point has gone up. Now, the price increase on its own makes sense. Nvidia have always been quite transparent that they've planned on doing this eventually, and that they had this as the foundation option just for new supporters and for people coming on board to support them at that early stage. So it doesn't really come as any surprise, and they've had that price point around for just over a year, so it's not too bad and it's been pretty generous. The issue with the price point is it now brings Nvidia GeForce Now very close in terms of price to a major competitor, or somebody who's going to be a major competitor very soon. And that company is, of course, Microsoft. Now, Microsoft have been extremely aggressive when it comes to the rollout of their Xbox Game Pass service, and things are getting hot in that space. Xbox Game Pass on its own offers a whole variety of different games for multiple different platforms. And at first, I never really kind of saw them as a competitor, but now that Nvidia's price point has gotten closer to that Game Pass price, things are looking a lot more interesting. So for $10.99 per month for Game Pass, you'll get your games for Xbox, for PC, and more importantly for xCloud as well. Now, where Microsoft does let themselves down when it comes to the cloud gaming stuff is that they're only streaming to Android devices at the moment, but they did announce that in spring they would be bringing forward cloud gaming for PC and also for iOS and for iPadOS. So that means they are going to become, in a very near future, a direct competitor for NVIDIA GeForce Now. Now, obviously, these services do differ. With NVIDIA GeForce Now, you get access to your library, so if you are tied down to Steam, if you're tied to Epic Games, if you have a platform that you like to play games on, maybe you're an achievement achievement hoarder like I am, and you like to be able to play your Steam library, then you're going to be able to do that. With Xbox Game Pass, you are getting a massive library of games that you can play. Some of those might drop off, some new ones get added, but it is a massive and very generous library of games. Bethesda just got all of their titles added on with the Microsoft acquisition, and there are more and more games coming. EA Access has just come across to the PC side of things as well, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not those titles will end up on the streaming service. It wouldn't surprise me with how aggressive Microsoft have been recently. That then just puts players in a position where for just $1 per month extra, you can get access to the cloud gaming service from Xbox and also have all those games on your PC. And if you have an Xbox as well, you'll have all of those games available. And if you're using Xbox Live, you're going to get all access to that. So suddenly that proposition becomes a lot more better value in terms of gaming and everything else as a whole package than something like Nvidia GeForce Now. Now obviously we have yet to see what Microsoft are actually going to do when it comes to the cloud gaming experience on an iPhone and on an iPad and on PC as well. But if they do it and they do it well, which I imagine they probably will, then Nvidia GeForce Now is definitely going to be in some absolute hot water. So let us know in the comments, are you going to stick with GeForce Now, or would you be more likely to move across on stuff like Xbox Game Pass and get access to that library instead? For just $1 extra per month, it is looking pretty tempting, so I'll be interested to see what Nvidia GeForce Now do to respond, and whether or not they can start to get more titles onto that service to be able to just keep players over there. It also brings up another interesting question that I didn't really think about until I started thinking about Microsoft being a direct competitor for Nvidia GeForce Now, and that's the fact that obviously Bethesda Games removed all of their titles from Nvidia GeForce Now. They used to be there and used to be able to play Skyrim and Fallout and all of those over there, but now you can't. Now that Microsoft is a direct competitor, I do kind of wonder, is there going to be some kind of anti-competition case or anything like that, unless they move their titles back onto the service? So I guess time will tell, and sound off in the comments what your thoughts are on that. I'm no lawyer and I have no idea what that looks like, but it definitely seems almost anti-competitive for Microsoft to be able to lock those down into that game platform, but it also becomes a bit of a minefield if they have to open up everywhere else. So I guess we'll see. So yes, as Nvidia GeForce Now gets stronger and stronger and stronger and becomes a much better game streaming platform, Microsoft is also doing the same. And I really feel that the competition is about to hot up, and that is not a bad thing. Having another competitor in the space is absolutely not a bad thing. It means that Nvidia have to respond. Maybe they'll increase the resolution or the frame rate cap. Maybe they'll go really aggressive on getting games onto the service. But either way, it's a good thing because it means more choice for consumers out there, and it means that they both have to respond to each other in that cloud gaming space. So watch this space. I think it's going to get very interesting, and I can't wait to see which each of these behemoths do in response to each other. So as always, hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, hit that subscribe button and come along for some more awesome content in the future. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that Nvidia are going to respond? Do you think that Microsoft are finally going to deliver on their cloud gaming dreams and actually bring it across to multiple different devices? And what do you think that direction looks like for them? In the meantime, stay safe, and we'll see you soon with some more awesome content. Bye.